Yeah, Sirski.
That's it. I'm training for straight total domination. I wanna. It sounds bad, but I want to hurt Devin. That's it. I want to hurt him. That's all. I want to dominate. I want to dominate him. I want to hurt him. It been a lot of talk and stuff like that. Especially I saw his daddy said something about the doctors and stuff like that after the fight. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
What did he say about the doctor?
He said, somebody sent some shit to me. He said that, because when I put the video out, I was talking.
Yeah.
And he said that you think it's a game and stuff, they say all that but then it's a fight. At the end of the fight, you got to look at doctors and all that. So, with that on my mind, I really feel like I'm gonna hurt him. And I mean, his son gonna be seeing the doctor, and I'm serious, bro. I'm dead serious on this. I feel like I'm gonna hurt Devin. Like I'm gonna hurt him. That's it. I'm training for straight total domination. I wanna. It sounds bad, but I want to hurt Devin. That's it. I want to hurt him. That's all. I want to dominate. I want to dominate him. I want to hurt him. It been a lot of talk and stuff like that. Especially I saw his daddy said something about the doctors and stuff like that after the fight. I'm like, all right, that's cool. He said, somebody sent some shit to me. He said that, because when I put the video out, I was talking.
Yeah.
And he said that you think it's a game and stuff, they say all that but then it's a fight. At the end of the fight, you got to look at doctors and all that. So, with that on my mind, I really feel like I'm gonna hurt him. And I mean, his son gonna be seeing the doctor, and I'm serious, bro. I'm dead serious on this. I feel like I'm gonna hurt Devin. Like I'm gonna hurt him. That's it. I'm training for straight total domination. I wanna. It sounds bad, but I want to hurt Devin. That's it. I want to hurt him. That's all. I want to dominate. I want to dominate him. I want to hurt him. It been a lot of talk and stuff like that. Especially I saw his daddy said something about the doctors and stuff like that after the fight. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
What did he say about the doctor?
He said,
Hey, listen. I want y'all to call in the show tonight, bro. Rock with your boy. Call in the show tonight, man. Let me know what's on your mind. Weigh in on the topics. We're going to talk about Tank Davis, his next opponent. And it's Regis PROGRAIS. This shit is official. It's official. Devin Haney, Regis PROGRAIS, your boy. Listen, Devin said he on some Earl Spence shit. He came out on Twitter and said, I don't do tune-ups. I'm not taking no tune-ups. Regis PROGRAIS, Lomachenko in the same year. Who else is doing that? I think that was a direct shot at Tank Davis, too. That's why we got to talk about Tank Davis' next opponent as well. I got the number up, man, 757-349-6242 if you want to call in, bro. Rock with your boy. We got to talk about, listen to my guy, though. Listen, listen to Regis PROGRAIS.
Somebody sent some shit to me. He said that, because when I put the video out, I was talking.
Yeah.
And he said that you think it's a game and stuff, they say all that but then it's a fight. At the end of the fight, you got to look at doctors and all that. So, with that on my mind, I really feel like I'm gonna hurt him. And I mean, his son gonna be seeing the doctor, and I'm serious, bro. I'm dead serious on this. I feel like I'm gonna hurt Devin. Like I'm gonna hurt him. That's it. I'm training for straight total domination. I wanna. It sounds bad, but I want to hurt Devin. That's it. I want to hurt him. That's all. I want to dominate. I want to dominate him. I want to hurt him.
I know I ain't the only one taking Regis in this fight. Now let me explain. Because listen, I know everybody's taking Devin Haney. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Well, he damn near 10 years younger than Regis. Regis looked horrible in the Zarria fight. You know what I mean? But listen, styles make fights. And what y'all failing to realize is it was a lot of respect between Regis and Zarria. Both of those guys got pop. Now, listen, Regis ain't got all the pop in the world, and neither does Zarria, but they had enough pop for one another to respect each other. And that's why that fight looked the way it did. You ain't got them problems with Devin Haney. No. You could put your foot on the gas versus Devin Haney and not be too much worried about what's coming in return. And I think that's going to be the difference. Maybe Devin can garner some respect, you know what I mean? Maybe the extra 5 pounds helps his power, but I don't know. I just feel like Regis going to keep coming forward and walk straight through all that. Guys, call in, man. Let me know what you think, man. I like Regis in this fight, bro. I do. Now, listen, it's official. It looks like it's going to be December the 9th, and it's going to be on his own pay-per-view. Now, I don't know about that pay-per-view, though, because Now listen, I'm gonna pay for it. Right? You know what I mean, I'm all in. But as far as from a business standpoint, neither one of these guys are really big draws. You seen Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, which I felt like most definitely his biggest fight of his career, and with the core Lomachenko audience, along with Devin Haney's, to not even crack 200,000 pay-per-views, I think that shrinks significantly versus a REGIS PROGRAIS, who I'm pretty sure doesn't have the audience of a Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, this is a championship bout. You know, REGIS PROGRAIS WBC is on the line, and it's also with DAZN. That previous one with Lomachenko was ESPN. Pay-per-view, is it pay-per-view worthy? Listen, man, like I say about REGIS PROGRAIS, I guess I'm just happy that he's in his position. You know what I mean? He's never had a pay-per-view bout. This is his crack at a decent name in a Devin Haney. I'm happy for the dude. I hope it's successful, but I'm taking a step back. I'm looking from a business standpoint. I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people probably ain't gonna like the fact that this fight is on pay-per-view. And I think from a business standpoint, it could be bad. They could lose a few dollars on this one. But I nonetheless, I think it's a big fight. You know what I mean? I do think it's a big fight. And I got REGIS, man. I don't give a damn. If you don't have REGIS, or if you do got Devin, let me call in. Let me know what you think, man. I like, and listen how my boy talking greasy.
It's been a lot of talk and stuff like that. Especially I saw his daddy. That's it. I'm training for straight total domination. I wanna. It sounds bad, but I want to hurt Devin. That's it. I want to hurt him. That's all. I want to dominate. I want to dominate him. I want to hurt him. It's been a lot of talk and stuff like that. Especially I saw his daddy said something about the doctors and stuff like that after the fight. I'm like, all right, that's cool. He said, somebody sent some shit to me. He said that, because when I put the video out, I was talking, and he said that with the.
Not sure my chat working, y'all. Somebody put something in the chat. Let me know if it's in the chat. If it's not, man, call the number and let me know my shit ain't working. Look like my chat not working. Hold on. Yeah, that look like the chat might not be working. Hopefully we ain't got no technical difficulties, man. No? Okay, there we go. We got life in there. Vamp 928 in the building. What up? He say he taking REGIS. All right, I like that, boy. I like that. Form your alliance now. Form your alliance now. What up, Sean? Sean Newchurch in the building. He say, oh, wow, we've already got a price here in Australia for around $60 pay-per-view. Wow. Okay, that's probably how much it should cost in the States, to be honest with you, for this particular fight. I don't know what the price point is here in the States just yet. But shout out my guy Sean Newchurch out there. The all seasons in the building. I like PROGRAIS, man. I like PROGRAIS in this fight, bro. Yeah. I'm standing on it too. Listen to my guy.
Yeah, you think it's a game and stuff. They say all that but then it's a fight. At the end of the fight, you got to look at doctors and all that. So, with that on my mind, I really feel like I'm gonna hurt him. And I mean, his son gonna be seeing the doctor. And I'm serious, bro. I'm dead serious on this. I feel like I'm going to hurt Devin. Like, I'm gonna hurt him. That's it.
Oh, look, real quick. Damn, I can't think of this boy name, man. Told me that Josh Taylor smoked REGIS PROGRAIS. Now, I don't know if y'all remember seeing that Josh Taylor REGIS PROGRAIS fight, but that was far from a smoking. That was a really, really close fight. I think Josh won it by majority decision. I believe one of the judges had it a draw. If I'm wrong, put it in the comment section for sure. But I thought it was a great fight. I felt like it could have went either way. That's the only loss on Regis Prograis record. Did he look bad against Zavria? Yeah, of course he did. Both of them look bad if you ask me. But by no means did Josh Taylor smoke Regis Prograis. I don't know if y'all can remember what Josh Taylor's face looked like at the end of that fight. He couldn't even see out of that right eye, I believe it was. That was just a really, really good fight, man. I couldn't believe he said Josh Taylor smoked Regis Prograis. That just wasn't the truth. That was just a really, really good fight. My guys in the chat, Dante Hall Boxing Talk. What's wrong with these Spence fans, bro? They keep talking about Snack. Snack. Do they know how many fighters promote Snack? Pfft, it's a plethora, bro. Shout out Dante Hall Boxing Talk. It's a plethora of Snack guys, man. Fighters that's with Snack. I don't pay that no mind, man. That's all nonsense. Until you get some hard evidence when it comes to all of this, PEDs or whatever the case may be, I don't really pay it no mind, man. Because if you leave it up to the opposite sides, the enemy of your favorite fighter, they're going to always have something negative to say. So until you get popped and it's real, I don't pay that shit no mind. My man Dante Hall, Boxing Talk, he say, I got Regis too. Word. Listen, man, I think it's different. I think it's levels for a reason. Weight classes for a reason. I think with Devin Haney, even though he's bigger, I just don't know if you ain't got no pop in 35. I don't see how you gonna have some pop in 40. You know what I mean? I don't see how you gonna keep Regis. Styles make fights at the end of the day. Again, I know people is looking at that last Zarria fight for Regis Prograis. And look, I could be completely wrong, but I know people looking at that last Zarria fight for Regis Prograis, and it was ugly. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad performance. I know that was the reason why Bill Haney and Devin Haney chose Regis Prograis in the beginning, because when you look at Matias or Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero, all these guys fought around the same time. And you know what I mean? Whoever shoulder he would have tapped, I'm pretty sure they could have got that fight done. But they chose Regis Prograis. Why? Because he's older. He's 34 years old. And he looked the worst in all of those out. Well, you could debate that Rolly performance. The old fella was whooping Rolly's ass for real, and that was a poor stoppage. Matter of fact, that was a bad stoppage in that Rolly fight. That shit was horrible. But I'm not sure. I want to say that injury probably had something to do with that. But to go against the older Regis Prograis, I know that was a part of the game plan for Haney. And listen, I ain't mad at that. Like, you cannot be mad at Devin Haney about nothing. Like, all of the opportunities he's been given, he's just taken advantage of it. It's hard to really be mad or hate on this kid for nothing, man. The youngest to do it at Undisputed in the 4-belt era. He's been moving like a champ, I believe, in my opinion. You can't take nothing from Devin Haney. You can't. And I've picked him to win every single fight up until this point. I felt like in this fork in the road between Shakur Stevenson, which he did offer that boy to fight. I don't know what the fuck wrong with Shakur. And a Regis Prograis, I just felt like it was two dead ends for him. You know, I'm standing on this Regis Prograis joint. What up? Welcome to the party. New church. Dante Hall Boxing Talk. You say, I don't think Haney can keep him off. Nah, I don't think so either, bro. That's real rap. My guy Sean New Church in the chat, he say, Team Regis, I like Haney, but however, I agree Regis had an off night. Word. However, off night. Overall, let's just hope for an awesome fight. That's facts, man. Me too. I think it's gonna be a great fight, man. Will Regis have to overcome some adversity? Yeah, especially if Devin Haney decides to box. If he decides to sit on the outside and use that Street Fighter some reach, he can make it a long night for Regis Prograis trying to climb his way inside all night. But here's why I like to give Devin Haney a lot of credit, especially over his last 4 or 5 fights. He knows in order to become a draw, he's got to try and get in there, hurt his opponents, maybe try and get a knockdown. You probably never see that from Devin Haney at this level, but he's been trying. It's not from a lack of trying. You know what I'm saying? So he's been making it interesting, mixing it up in the pocket versus everybody. And here's the thing. Another pay-per-view fight. This going to be another pay-per-view fight. You got all the eyes on you again. You want to continue to try and win over fans. So you might try and mix it up in the pocket a little bit more. Give the fans that crowd pleasing style of just fighting in the pocket from time to time, maybe a little bit more than usual, and it could be detrimental versus somebody like a Regis PROGRAIS, right? Because when you get to this point, pay-per-view, and again, I can't believe they doing this on pay-per-view. I think from a promotional business standpoint, it could be, they could lose a few dollars. Neither one of them a big draw, but you want to implement that style that's crowd pleasing, that's a fan favorite style, and you know that shit could backfire for Devin Haney for sure. Dante Hall at Boxing Talking in the chat, he say Haney is real good. He's a real good fighter, but fighting on the back foot for 12 rounds not easy. That's facts. And see, that's what I'm saying. I just don't. I think they in his ear like, bro, we got it. You know, this pay-per-view. You got to sell yourself. You know, you got to please the crowd. It can't be a boring pay-per-view. You got a little bit of momentum coming off the Lomachenko win. You got to be willing to mix it up with Regis at some point. You know what I mean? We can't. It's too early in your career for you to be on your bike for 12 rounds. That's just not going to sell pay-per-views. I'm pretty sure he understands that. So he's going to have to take risk versus Regis PROGRAIS. Just purely from a business standpoint, when you really think about it, you got to take risks just purely from a business standpoint. You got to win over fans. You got to take advantage of the opportunities of fighting on a platform this big like pay-per-view. If you're going to continue to excel, you know what I mean, and raise those pay-per-view numbers, people are going to want to have to see you, you know, because you haven't. Here's the thing. Even though he's accomplished a lot, especially for his age, you don't have that track record. You know what I mean? You don't have that KO track record to where it's just exciting to want to see Devin Haney fight. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, 50% of it is casuals, and casuals come for blood. They paying attention for the blood. You know, it's a blood sport. They want to see KOs. They don't give a fuck about the sweet science. You know what I mean? So, that's tough, bro. That's tough. But I mean, I think he mean this shit. Like, listen to this nigga, man.
I'm training for straight total domination. It sounds bad, but I wanna hurt Devin. That's it.
And listen, bro. Listen. If you paid attention to Regis' career, he's always said this. He's always said, I'm not a boxer. I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I come to punish my opponents. I come to hurt my opponents. And, you know, when you look at Regis' PROGRAIS career, you got to understand, man, it was a long period of time where he was avoided. You know what I mean? He was never given the fights that I felt like he deserved. He did get his one crack at Josh Taylor. And like I said before, man, depending on who you are, you could have saw that either way. That was a great fight. I don't know if, you know, y'all paid attention to that fight, but that was a hell of a fight. If you looked at Josh Taylor's face at the end of that fight, you'll understand that Regis PROGRAIS came to do some work, and he did. I wasn't mad at Josh Taylor winning that fight. I felt personally it could have went either way. But Regis PROGRAIS is somebody I feel like deserves some flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? 2-time WBC champ. I'm happy for him for being in this position. This is a great position. I do believe styles make fights, man. So he's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be a real handful for Devin Haney. And I think if Devin Haney can get past Regis PROGRAIS, that'll be a huge, huge statement. And I know a lot of people, you know, think he's going, it's not even going to be a contest. But I don't know, man. I beg to differ, man. I'm going to stand on styles make fights for sure. Hey, I got that number up too, man. If you want to call and weigh in, man, either anybody, 757-349-6242. Rock with your boy, man. We definitely got to get into some tank talk too. We got that fake news out there about him, the rumors about him potentially fighting a Keith Thurman. Now, boy, if that is, in fact, just a rumor, I understand, but last time Keith Thurman went dark and went quiet because he hasn't responded to this, it was because he was actually trying to get the Errol Spence fight, right? He said it was trying to politic that Errol Spence fight. he's doing the same thing now. Like, you haven't heard from Keith Thurman since this news has come out. He ain't said nothing on his social media, nothing kind of denying the fact. So I guess we're gonna have to see. Matter of fact, let's jump right into that. Let's jump right into that Tank Davis talk. Make sure you hit the show, man. If you wanna chime in, man, weigh in. I got you. 757-349-6242. Now listen, like I said, with that Tank Davis situation, Keith Thurman, I like that. Why? Because they got a mutual opponent in Mario Barrios. Tank was able to get the knockout. Thurman just punished him, turned him into an avatar. Sean New Church in the chat, he said Thurman versus Boots would be a good watch. Facts. I like that too. I definitely, matter of fact, that's more realistic. You know what I mean? When you really think about it, that's just a more realistic fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if this rumor was in fact true. You know what I mean? I think that would be a fight, like Coach Calvin said, that would pretty much shake up and shock the boxing world. To see Keith Thurman at a catch weight at 145, that would answer a lot of questions. But for me, for Tank Davis not to really accomplish much at 135, you could tell it would just be another money grab for him. But also, I think that would be the toughest task of his career, to see somebody the likes of a Keith Thurman, even the older Keith Thurman now. I believe Keith's 34. I think that's a huge test, bro. I don't think he's ever fought anybody whose IQ is that high. You know what I mean? Whether you want to believe it or not, or accept it or not, Keith Thurman has a hell of an IQ. Let's not forget. I know a lot of people shitting on Keith Thurman right now, but he still only has one loss, and that comes to the legendary Pac-Man. Outside of that, a lot of people roll high on Keith Thurman's career. At the end of the day, when he fought Robert Ghost Guerrero when he was 24-0, 21 knockouts, you can't sit here and tell me you wasn't like, yo, one time's the guy. You know what I mean? To reach the height at the glorified 147, to become unified, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's a hell of an accomplishment. You couldn't have told me that his career would have went in a downward spiral the way it has, with only one loss to Manny Pacquiao. Not saying that it's over, but he's just done himself such a big disservice, not staying active, especially after the Pac-Man fight. I think he made like $10 million and fell off the face of the earth. He's fought like twice in maybe the last 4 or 5 years. So it's easy to fall off the radar of a lot of people. Then you got to think about all the new fans that's coming along who don't know who the hell Keith Thurman is, who can't even remember him fighting with braids. Like I said, a lot of the times about Bud Crawford. I remember Bud used to have locks and dreads. Like, a lot of y'all don't even know that. But that's an interesting fight. I think that's a big fight. I think that would be a fight that would shock the world. I think if this joint does come to fruition, that means somebody from the camp definitely leaked it. I saw it on top 10 boxing, and it blew me away. And I was like, wow, because you don't see nothing like that coming. But shit, I like that idea of a Tank Davis and Keith. And then listen, you think about the Mario Barrios situation. He said out of his mouth he felt like Tank was the bigger puncher, the better fighter. But when you look at the damage that Keith Thurman was able to do to Mario Barrios, like I said, he rearranged his face. That was a difficult fight for Mario Barrios. But when you use the measuring stick, who did it better? It was Tank Davis, right? But I think people still have Keith Thurman in high regards as far as he's a really, really good boxer. He's been to the mountaintop. He would be the best opposition Tank has fought to date. I think a lot of people believe that. Now, what's the motive? I don't know. And at 145, what is that saying? Does Tank want to mix it up at 140? Get accustomed to being up there? Maybe, do something at 147? I don't know. Again, fake news as far as we know. Tank came out on social media and said, y'all had y'all fun, but he coming. But I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did announce. Maybe I'm crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did announce this fight. That would be crazy. I like the idea of that fight though, for sure. You hitting the DM? How you gonna? You hitting the DM, bro? Come on, hit the chat, my guy. I appreciate that love. My man Will in the DM. I just seen it flash. What's up, boy? Tank Davis, Keith Thurman. Now, what makes sense next for Tank Davis? That's the question. If you ain't fighting nobody, no top guy at 135, Shakur fight with De Santos. Now official, the fight with Devin Haney and Regis PROGRAIS at 140. What else makes sense? But the thing that bothers me the most is that Tank Davis is he came out and told us that he felt like he was close to retirement, bro. Vamp in the chat, he said, I'm hoping for Tank versus Shakur. Me too. I think Shakur was right when they said, like, at the end they'll be the last two standing. That'll be a big fight. I believe that. But for Tank Davis to tell us, earlier this year that he felt like he was close to retirement and he wanted to retire after he got those guys out of there, we already knew who he was talking about. He was talking about Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, right? And if you know anything about the business of boxing, Tank's the star. Like Shakur said, he's the big star. He can't send Tank Davis an offer. Devin Haney, even though he was undisputed, can't send Tank Davis an offer. Tank has to send those guys an offer. And I remember seeing a video clip where Tank was like, they want to talk, whatever, tell them after this fight, send a contract. Like, right then I knew Tank don't really know nothing about the business side of boxing. And that's cool because all fighters can't transition and become really good businessmen. That's not in the future for all great fighters or really good fighters. Tank's a hell of a fighter, but that doesn't mean he's going to be a great businessman or that he'll even understand half of the business. Because when he made that statement in my head, I was like, bro, you the A side, you the guy. Like, why would they send you a contract? You know what I'm saying? That's not how this works. If anybody wants to fight Tank has to send them the contract. That's just how it is because he's going to make the lion's share of the money. He's who the people want to see. He's the one that's going to be responsible for most of those people showing up. Listen, at 147 on down, it's Tank Davis. Bottom line. You know what I mean? And he said it himself. He feels like, he's Canelo at 35 and Canelo is him at 68. But Tank has to send those offers. So that's I think that's the only backlash I really have against Tank at this point. If you that close to retiring where you felt comfortable enough to say, yo, I'm about to retire, you know what I mean? And then you say, after I get those guys out of there, and your next move isn't to be sending these guys contracts, then I'm scratching my head like, do you really want to fight these guys? I don't know if y'all remember, but he said, listen, after I'm done with Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia, I'm coming straight at those guys. That's what he said. Now, I know, listen, he already fought twice this year. Then he had to do a little bit. It's been a busy year for Tank Davis. A lot been going on. But it's not like you fighting no ring rust because you already fought twice this year. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was getting his jail workouts in or what. But it's not like he just, full of ring rust. Again, he fought twice this year. So I feel like if he really wanted it, he could have sent out some offers. Or here's my biggest issue. If I'm Tank Davis, I'm applying pressure and I'm keeping it there. Like, I'm letting them know in the media, yo, I already sent these guys offers. I sent Devin Haney an offer. I sent Shakur an offer. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to fight these guys. These are the guys I want to fight. And when he's not doing that, it leads the public to believe something else, right? Because if you ask any diehard Tank fan, they'll tell you Tank wants to fight those guys. You hear Leonard Ellaby say it all the time. Tank wants to fight those guys. It's got to make sense. But at the end of the day, Tank already said it's not about money no more, right? Oh, I should have loaded up that clip. He already said it wasn't about money no more. He was close to retiring, and he was going to retire after he got those guys out of there, right? So where's the offers? Nobody should be next on the schedule for Tank Davis other than Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, maybe a Lomachenko. You know what I mean? If you want to take a crack at the old fella now, I would understand that too. You know what I mean? But Shakur Stevenson already beat you to the punch. Even though that was a close-ass fight, one that was worthy to see again to try and get a definitive winner. But if you ain't going after those guys, if anybody else ends up on the card with him or in the ring with him next, it just don't make no sense to me. Sean Newchurch in the chat, he said, Tank versus Shakur, great fight. I just think Shakur needs to build up his resume, not saying that he's not ready. Now, however, from a business standpoint, it would be smart to let it build interest. Facts. And it sucks that you got to say that about Shakur Stevenson because this is a 2-weight division world champion and was unified at 30. You know what I'm saying? So I think the resume is there. He just got to really build up the name some more. Well, and then that's all dealing with resume. Fighting a few more top guys at 35 probably would do the trick. But listen, I think at this point, almost whoever Tank Davis decides to step in the ring with is going to be big. Listen, the dude fought Hector Garcia. You know what I mean? You didn't know who the hell Hector Garcia was until he beat Chris Colbert. And then he gets the Tank Davis fight. You know what I mean? You didn't know who the hell Aesop Pitbull Cruz was until Rolly Romero caught some allegations. And then Pitbull Cruz was a step-in, bro. You know what I mean? That was a short notice call. Cats didn't know who Pitbull Cruz was. You lying if you say you did. You know what I mean? Or at least let me say this. He wasn't on your radar. You might have knew who he was, but he wasn't on your radar. So to say Shakur Stevenson don't deserve a fight with Tank Davis is crazy. And we say the same thing about Canelo, man, when he fought the likes of a Rocky Fielding and Caleb Smith and shit at the time. Because you look at the people who you feel like deserve a fight with this guy versus who they actually giving the opportunities to. I think you got to say the same thing for Tank Davis. My guy Vamp in the chat, he say T.O. Devin, Shakur in that order. Man, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. I definitely wouldn't be mad at that Teo fight. You got to give that boy his flowers for sure. He done beat 2 lineal champions in 2 different weight divisions. That's tough. You know, that's more than Tank ever done. And listen, Tank's my guy. You know, I rock with Tank hard. But these cats, like when you look at a Devin Haney and a Teofimo Lopez, their accomplishments are just greater, man. Tank's only real accomplishment right now is making the money, which I ain't mad at that. You know, at the end of the day, I guess for Tank Davis, I want him to have both. You know what I'm saying? I want him to have the bag, and I want him to have the accomplishments to go along with the bag. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be able to say, well, this guy, they was all around the same weight, and, you know, they have better resumes than Tank Davis, which is basically what it is right now. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm applying pressure to any Tank fans and Tank himself to start sending out the contracts, bro. You know what I mean? Tank, the A-side, man. You cannot send Tank Davis no contract. That shit is laughable. It's up to Tank if he wants these fights. He's in that position whether you want to believe it or not. If the fight doesn't happen, it's because of Tank or these guys just turn down the offer. And if they turn down the offer, I need Tank and his team to let the public know this is the things that's happening. these guys are turning these contracts down. You know what I mean? So niggas ain't looking at Tank with the crazy eye. But I definitely like that T.O. fight. I would probably want to fight Devin and then T.O. You know what I mean? I think T.O. would be more problematic for Devin. I think he has the better chin and he has the better power. So Tank's got to really respect T.O. Again. And I like Devin. I told y'all I think the kid is, phenomenal. DHP is putting on this in conjunction or in partnership with Matchroom and DAZN. The kid has got the business side of things down. He doing his thing. It's hard to be mad at Devin Haney about anything. I feel like he taking a rock and running with it the right way. I think he's moving the right way. It's hard to hate on anything he doing. But he like that pop, nigga. He ain't got that pop. And when he get in there with a real killer, and see, that's how I feel. I feel like Regis PROGRAIS and Tank Davis, they real killers, bro. You know what I mean? You thought Linares had him doing his stanky leg going to the corner. Yo, he got hurt by Linares. If that's the case, you can't let Tank or Regis land nothing clean. You can't. So I would say Devin Haney, then Teo, then Shakur Stevenson, because I think Shakur beats them all. And the only reason why I would say that is because the defense on Shakur is just so buttoned up. The kid is so smart. It's beautiful to watch, man. If you're a fan of the sweet signs, when you watch cats like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, you can appreciate those styles for real. And I think Shakur got some real underrated pop. My guy Dante say, man, I like Devin Loma, a nice, sorry, a little hot in a way. But Keyshawn would beat Kambosos right now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Damn right. Hey, man, don't bring up Keyshawn right now, man. I'm trying to stay on topic. I be talking about Keyshawn all night, bro. It's out of my backyard, man. I represent Norfolk, Virginia, man. You see Sweet Pea back here. But yeah, of course. I think Keyshawn to beat a lot of these cats right now. But I still want him to take his time, continue to develop. And we got to pay attention to. Matter of fact, he's got a fight October. Hold on, guys. I got a call coming in. Let's see who this is. What up? Heavy Bad Boxing TV. Talk to me, baby.
Say, man, I know you didn't just say the Tyree Celestine.
Hold up. Who is this, man?
Tyree Celestine.
Okay. Oh, Tyree, what up,
bro?
Damn, I've been fucking up your last name horrible, boy.
You good?
Celestine. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Man, you did not just say Shakur getting all them boys out of there. Ain't no way you just said that.
Listen, man, this my like I was about to tell you, man. I just think the defense is so buttoned up. He hard to touch, bro. It's hard to beat something that you can't touch. Man. So who do you think? Who do you think beats Shakur?
Man, Gervonta, bro. Come on, man. You gonna get that boy out of there, bro. Even he gotta respect it. When every time that boy name come up, he all that tough boy shit, that shit get knocked down, and he be humble.
Word.
That's
Facts.
how he know.
Facts. Now hold on. Now I was saying Shakur beats Teo and Devin.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Now when it comes to Tank and Shakur, I honestly, and I said this before, I ain't got a dog in that fight. I can't.
Yeah.
That's too hard to pick, bro.
Right.
Because I feel like Tank can box with Shakur.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But can Shakur punch with Tank? Hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no.
But could Shakur use his IQ to last 12 rounds? You know what I mean? And what would that fight look like?
He definitely can, though. I'm not gonna lie. That would be the round. That would be the fight that goes to 12 rounds. Because guess what? If fucking Pitbull Cruz could do it, ain't no way Shakur ain't doing it, man.
Facts. That's definitely.
So,
now,
yeah.
Pitbull got a chin on him. This is the thing I like to say about Shakur Stevenson. We ain't really seen him get hit yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you look at his fights, even against the toughest fight of his career, I believe in Oscar Valdez, he ain't really got touched. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
real. That's real.
Know, so something real clean, something hard on the button, he ain't really got touched, man. So if Tank can touch that button, you already know how much damage he could do, man. So
that's real.
Is that the
composure?
Is that the biggest fight for you that you would want to see?
Bro, that's the biggest fight, man. Devin, I'm not even worried about that, man. I already know he's gonna get swept. I already know he gonna get swept, bro. He gonna get swept. The reason why I know he gonna get swept is because he knew to throw a bullshit deal at Shakur, because he knew he was gonna back down, because he knew how much that fight is worth.
Word.
Of course he gonna turn back that down. He know how much that fight worth for real. He like, okay, I'm gonna say I throw it out there and he gonna deny me. I look like the better guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that's what he was doing, man.
Word. Fact.
Come on, bro.
I feel you.
Wow, man.
So let me ask you this. Who do you think Gervonta Tank Davis' next opponent is if it's not going to be Shakur and Devin? And what you make about this Keith Thurman situation?
Bro, it's going to be some scrub, man. I ain't going to lie to you. It's going to be somebody that's kind of popping, but it's a scrub to us that we know it's a scrub. Like we know it's a scrub, but the fans don't know it's a scrub.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, and then that Keith Thurman shit, I think that shit might end up happening if damn Tank get what he want with this damn scrub. Like if he get that bag, he gonna get that other bag on top of a bag. All he chasing is a bag right now, and then he get those guys out of there. He getting out of there. So yeah, that's really what it is.
I agree.
Yeah, bro.
I can't for the life of me think who they could pull out of the woodworks though.
I know that's what I'm trying to see.
You know what I'm saying? To say that's because
for
Coach Calvin to say that it's gonna be a huge announcement, it's gonna shake up the boxing community. I feel like it's got to be a big name, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I hope they ain't got Crawford on the road, bro.
Nah.
If they got him in Crawford, I know, but you never know, man.
You know what?
You never fucking know. That's a big-ass fight, bro. That's a huge fight. That's what they got on secret.
Damn.
Like, that got to be the one, man. Like, there's no fucking way.
I ain't even gonna front, boy. You made me think a little bit right there. God damn.
It gotta be that, man. I'm telling you.
I just don't think because it is. We don't know what the whole situation with this rematch is just yet. Because Spence has activated
that
it.
Shit ain't happening.
That's what I keep saying. Look, what I say though, I've been said. Look, don't be surprised if this rematch never happens. You know what I mean? Even after he activated it, I was like, yo, don't be surprised if this rematch never happens. But we have to make sure that that's completely deaded first.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Brokeland Baller in the building. Salute, brother.
Salute.
But man, that'll fuck a lot of people heads up if they came out and said Bud Crawford. Gosh, yo.
But wait. That them pay-per-view numbers, that would be crazy, bruh.
Facts.
That would be the biggest bag of their life.
Shout out Dante in the chat. He say Tank versus Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, that would surprise a lot of people, bro. And you know Gary Russell been calling out Tank for years.
I don't think he's big enough though, man.
That's what I'm about to say. How much credit people gonna give Tank for bringing up for bringing up Lil Gary from 130 to 135, or what was he? Did he fight at 130 last? Yeah, that was a 130 belt he had, right? If I can remember correctly.
No, I don't think that was 130. Hell no. Nah.
Was it a 126 belt?
120. What the Damn, that's light. If that's the case, I mean, I ain't been in my game too bad. I've been working.
He lost it to the kid with the Filipino kid. I can't think of his name, man. And then he lost it right back. But yeah, he fought him. He injured his shoulder in the fight, and he took advantage of him. Lost the belt. But yeah, Gary Russell Jr. been calling him out forever. If y'all know who I'm talking about in the chat, and definitely let me know. I think that was a 126 belt, if I ain't mistaken. But I wouldn't mind. Listen, only for the fact that Gary Russell swears that he punched Terrence Crawford in the mouth. at some type of event, and then he been calling out Tank Davis. So if anybody can shut Gary Russell up, this would be the opportunity to do so.
Definitely, bro.
Cause Gary Russell been talking greasy for years, bro. Like for real. Yeah, he ain't been it. I'm trying to think the kid who he lost the belt to. That was the last time he fought, right?
Shit, I don't even know.
Vamp 928. We said Gary ain't been in the ring in 2 years. That's an easy win for Tank. Facts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man, that would be a surprise though. But and I don't think Gary Russell a big enough name to really shake up the world. You know what I mean? Shake up boxing like Coach Calvin said.
I agree, man.
Yeah, that was a 126 belt. Yeah. That's right. Appreciate you, Dante Hall, Boxing Talk.
Hell yeah.
I think I don't know, man. Listen, I know that Keith Thurman shit ain't holding a lot of water.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody leaked that shit and that's real. Am I crazy for thinking that?
But let me say something now.
Okay, go ahead.
Nah. Since that's so realistic, what makes us think that the Crawford Tank fight won't be so realistic either? Like, come on now, like that could be the one they trying to seal the deal, man. Like,
but all right, so listen though, this the only thing about that too. Crawford already said 100,000 times that he wouldn't take that fight at no catch weight. That means Tank gotta come up to 47. You know what I mean? Tank.
But that's what I'm saying. He say that, but he know damn well he been changing up a lot lately since he been up there, since he got his newfound fame. So I know for a fact he would do that catch weight. I'm telling you, he would. He want to retire. He's up there to where he just want to do everything. He want to be able to beat all of the best guys, just like Tank trying to do, and get out of there. He said he want to retire boxing before boxing retire him. You know what I'm saying? So
you think Crawford would fight Tank at a catch weight?
Hell yeah, he would fight that, man. Just that millions on top of millions.
Yeah,
bro, the bags is unbelievable. I'm telling you, he would go in for that fucking fight.
I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't put it past him. That would definitely be the fight that shake up the boxing community for sure, though.
Yeah, it would be an amazing year. Amazing year. But I seriously doubt it though. I'm just speculating right now. I don't really think that's gonna happen though. The Keith Thurman fight seemed more realistic because that's what Tank knows it's a real dub.
Yeah, that's a great point too. Dante Hall Boxing Talk. He said ain't no way Tank would give up that leverage like Spence did.
Yeah.
No, true that. Because if he came all the way up to 147, that's just walking right into the lion's den. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. He's too smart, man. He's too smart.
Yeah, he's too smart. I just don't know anybody out there where it could fulfill what Coach Calvin is talking about as far as shaking up the boxing world. Outside of Crawford, a Keith Thurman, a Teofimo, I would think that would be big. Teofimo don't have a fight right now. Maybe going up to 140 and challenging him for the WBO.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I really this is a tough one, man.
Yeah.
Really, but when he say something, Coach Calvin, your man don't just be talking, bro.
Word.
That man, guys, they got something under wraps, man.
They got something under their sleeve, up their sleeve for sure. Let me ask you this while I got you, Tyree. Who you like in the Regis in Devin fight?
Oh man, hey man, I'm gonna have to rock with you on the underdog, man. Regis, man.
You gonna rock?
Man. Yeah, okay, bro. I'm gonna have to rock with him. Definitely, because that man is not soft, man. Yeah. He's not soft. He not about to let Devin just push him around, bro.
Yeah,
Devin
facts.
the fool if he think that. Yeah.
Yeah,
bruh.
Facts.
Regis gonna go in on that boy, man.
Again, I think Styles make fights, man. When it comes to that one, I think Devin's got it. When you messing with a dog like Regis, you got to have something for him to respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And if he don't garner no respect early in that fight, Regis gonna be licking his chops all fight, bro. It's gonna be tough.
He gonna slaughter that boy. I'm telling you. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that.
My man Broke Land Baller say Teofimo Lopez. Listen, that makes sense. That's the fight that Floyd said he wanted to see for Tank Davis next. Remember that?
Yeah. So that might be it might be the one. That might be the one for sure.
Yeah, that could very well be the fight, man. I can't wait though. But see, here's my thing. And like I was just saying earlier, and I don't know if you agree with me on that, but with Tank Davis being the A side, right?
Yeah.
These guys can't offer Tank a fight, right? When you pay attention to the business side of boxing, they can't offer Tank Davis a fight. Tank's got to be the one reaching out to these guys and trying to make these fights, right?
Yeah.
Tank already told us. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Interject.
It could be something like what Earl and Crawford was. Crawford was reaching out to him. Earl was reaching out to him. Like, they was going back and forth. It could go something like that. Like, whoever want to fight, they got to do the call. Whoever got the best call out or whoever showed the best height, that's who he going to pay their attention to. Just like Ryan Garcia kept on picking at him. And guess what? He ended up getting the fucking fight.
But see, I would agree with that if Tank didn't already say he was going to fight him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Tank didn't already say,
not really avoiding him, but you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He said he already said he was going. He said, listen, man, he close to retirement, and he was going to retire after he got those guys out of it. Unless Tank just been full of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
He already said that it wasn't about the money no more. And then he said once I get those guys out of there, he's probably going to retire. And you know, we automatically assume he's talking Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. So if that's the case, why not be making it clear in public that you sending these guys offers all the time? They ignoring you or they turning down the offers?
Nah, it's definitely it's not what it is, because Tank, he want that bag. He don't care about that status shit. Like, he just talking like that because he know he could get them boys out of there. But really, he want that bag. He really don't care.
Well, then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, care. And I know Tank want the bag, but if you don't, if you want the bag, just say that, because he said that several times. But don't come out and say it's not about the money no more. I swear to God, I wish I would have uploaded that drop so I can remind y'all that Tank Davis came out his own mouth and said it's not about the money no more. You know what I mean? So if it's not about the money, what is it about? It's about the legacy, right?
Yeah, I seriously.
Yeah, I mean, so if it's about the legacy now, if you done secured enough and you feel like, you know, those fights are gonna be big anyway, I just feel like he need to be standing on their neck, and he don't do that enough for me. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion. Yeah,
I agree.
And I know he, you know, because when you think about it, Tank real soft spoken. He don't talk too much shit. You know what I mean? When they get him going, he do get riled up. But I don't think he nearly, you know what I mean, go at those guys hard enough.
Nah, definitely he don't.
Yeah.
He don't. Because he don't care that much. It shows.
It definitely shows. And then you think about all the interviews where he said, listen, don't even bring those guys up. I don't want to give them no more clout. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yo, Tyree, boy, I appreciate you coming through this joint here, man. We definitely gonna have to do this again,
Big fan, man. Your channel.
I appreciate you, bro. I be seeing you, man. I be seeing you, man. I appreciate the drop.
Shit, bro. Yeah.
I said I'm gonna mess their head up, you know what I mean? Because I was trying to figure out how I can get the calls on the show, man. So I finally got it down packed, man. So we'll be doing this a lot more often, man. You always gonna be welcome to come up here. It's late and it's dinner time for me, man. So I'm about to bust up out of here.
All right, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit you on the joint, man. Next time I get up, you want to come up here, all right?
I bet, bro. Salute, man.
Salute, my guy, Tyrese. How you say the last name again?
Tyrese Celestine.
Celestine, that's right. All right,
sir.
my guy, Tyrese Celestine, rocking with your boy, Heavy Bad Boxing TV.
Sir.
All right, I'm gonna get with you, boy.
All right,
my guy. All right, fellas. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody for coming in here tonight, man. Vamp Life, Broke Land, Dante Hall, my guy Tyrese Celestine. Appreciate everybody, man, for rocking out Heavy Bad Boxing TV. Gonna try and do it again this hopefully at least one time this week, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate that love, man. I'm getting the hell up out of here. Y'all know who I got with me too, right? I bring him with me every time. He don't like you, half of you niggas. I don't like the other half of you niggas, but he got something he want to tell y'all. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.